Hello, Assalamu alaikum everybody. Hope you're all safe, sound and healthy. And now we're going to talk about one of the most important, but the most low-key ever, the most, downplayed ever topic ever. And I don't even know why it's downplayed, because in our real lives, in daily lives, this is something that we're always talking about. But I guess the point that I'm going to make is something that probably nobody really has put it out this way. And now we're going to talk about job hunting. Yeah, and helping others find a job. Now, one of the biggest problems that I've seen when people are trying to help somebody get a job is they're not really helping, you know. And this has been a pet peeve of mine, especially when it comes to when I see others looking for jobs and when I see others saying that they're helping them, because I've been through that myself, and I have, mashallah, by the grace of God, never required anybody's help to get a job, thankfully, because when people pretended even to initiate that help, they made things worse for me, to be honest. And then you begin to wonder as to their intentions, as in, why is it that they approached you saying that they would help you get a job, and then they would go and ruin things for you, thinking that you would never know. But the truth is, you do know, because people, they don't hide. People will tell you that, oh yeah, that person who was supposed to have referred you to us, that person actually said so and so and so and so, and that's why, we and then they start apologizing to you when they find out that you're actually a person of merit and caliber. Okay, so now this is number one. Number two, the worst part, which everybody seems to always want to do, is whenever you ask somebody, oh, can you help this person get a job, because they are right now job hunting, they're fresh graduates, or they've taken a break from their undergrad, and they are looking for a job. Obviously they're looking for a job because they need it, not because they want it, right? And now what's the standard answer that you get from that other person? Oh yeah, you know what, I have so and so in person, you can talk to that person and they will guide you. Like, excuse me, I'm sorry, but that is so sorry asked as an who guides who? First of all, you know what guidance means here in Pakistan, especially when you say, oh, that person is going to guide you. That means you're going to waste 1 hour listening to that person giving you a lecture, which you most of the time don't need. Yes, sometimes it's of use, actually. Sometimes it's really of use if they give you key points. That is guidance. That's true guidance, when they give you key points and they say, oh, do this, do this, do this. But if they're going to tell you the same thing that everybody else has told you, yeah, I'm sorry. What guidance? For example, I can tell you that you need to do this, 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 this. I can tell you need to make your CV. I can tell you need to build your portfolio. I can tell you need to get these projects done. I can tell you that you need to approach so-and-so people in so-and-so ways. That's not the guidance you need. When you're looking for a job and when somebody refers you to somebody, you're hoping that that person is going to say, okay, hand me your CV. I will look into places and I will tell you if there is any vacancy that is appropriate for you, or I will share your CV with others and let's see what happens. That is what you're looking for when you are looking for a job and when you're asking somebody to help you in your job hunting. So, to me, that is absolute time wasting. When you tell somebody, oh yeah, you know what, go and talk to this person, they'll guide you, go and talk to that person. And then you end up saying, oh, you know what, they're not serious. Oh, they don't look very serious. They don't seem to be very serious about... Actually, you're not the one who's serious. You're the one who's not serious at this point, because what kind of an answer is that? Go and talk to so-and-so person and they will guide you. That's non-seriousness on your part too. You should be saying, go and talk to that person, give them your CV, and if there is a place, they will help find it for you, or they'll keep it in mind. And if there's a place, then they'll call you, or if they have a project, they'll give it to you. You understand? That is how you help somebody. If somebody sends me their CV, they're expecting me to pass on their CV to somebody who can do something. The only way and reason I would talk to them and give them that guidance is if I myself am not in a position to help them. And that's true. If I'm not in a position to help them, then I will guide them and I'll say, oh, you know what, you need to try here, you need to try there, you need to do this, you need to do that. Okay? But if I am in a position to help them, I'm not going to say 2 words and I'm just going to pass on that CV to 3-4 different people and say, okay, if there's anybody out there who thinks that this person has any chances with anybody else out there, please share it with others. And if there is anybody interested in getting back to him, please get back to him or her. Right? That is one practical way you can help somebody, even if you can't place them at a job, but at least you can share their CVs with those who can help them. Right? That's number one. One of the most major things you can do. Number two is that you actually know people who have places and you can refer them to them and say, please consider them. Consider them, and if they're good enough, if you think it can work out, please give them the job. Right? That's the second way. I'm sorry, why am I supposed to guide anybody to do? The only other way I would guide somebody is if, yes, I have found a flaw in their CV, for example, or if I found something that's wrong and I feel that it will not work, or the person who I've sent it to has gotten back to me and said, oh, you know what, I don't think they're going to get a job if this thing goes on. Tell them to try this. Then I'll get back to them and say, oh, you know what, you need to try this. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but I don't think you can get a job. Okay, things can be difficult. And obviously the other person will still think that I am just waving them off, that I just wasted their time and I'm giving them guidance, as in I'm wasting their time. I'm being a time waster, and I just had nothing. I couldn't do anything for them, so all I had to do was talk. Which in a way is true, because I really couldn't do anything for them, and all I did was pass a message as to what they need to do, which was not at all fruitful, in other words. So yeah, I had to do that only once in my life. I had to do that, and that even I sent their CV to somebody, and then that person said, oh no, it's not like this, because they'll have to do this, otherwise this will not work. And then I had to get back to them and say, oh, you know what, there's a flaw in this, so you have to. And obviously that person was like, yeah, okay, whatever, obviously. And I wouldn't blame that person. He would have thought that, okay, I just had to give him an unnecessary lecture about something that is of no use and of no help. And I really felt too that I was of no use and of no help. And that is why that was the first and the last time actually that I was obliged to do such a thing, because that's not what I do. That's not my style either. If somebody gives me their CV, I am damn well going to share that CV with every Tom, Dick and Harry that I know. Okay? And I will ask them to please pass on their CVs, or to see if there's any place where they think that they should apply, and tell me, and I will tell them to go and apply there. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, and if you're lucky, you get a job with somebody I know, and if you're not, then at least we all tried, right? At least nobody can blame me for not trying. So yeah, you know what, when somebody comes to you and you're a mature person with connections, with links, and you've had a lot of experience and everything, and if somebody's coming to you and saying that, okay, this person really needs a job, help them get a job, please don't send them to different people saying that they should go and listen to them and get guidance. That's not what they're looking for. They're really not looking for guidance, okay? They're looking for somebody who can help get them a job. They're looking for somebody who can tell them, okay, go to this place might have a vacancy. Even if they don't, give your CV there. You never know for future references. Try this place also is more likely to get to take a person of your qualifications or of your experience or lack thereof. Go and send your CV there, right? This is one of the best ways to guide somebody, right? To tell them that, okay, try this place, try that place, try this place, try that place. That too can be a guidance. But again, most of the stuff that you're telling them, they already know. They know that they have to build their portfolio. They know that they have to make a CV. They know that they have to get these things, basic things done. What you can do is to help them with their CV. For example, you can check their CV and see if it is up to date or up to the mark, or if they need to add or remove something, which obviously they can do themselves too by, as I've said, nowadays AI is actually one of the best forms of tools. One of the best tools that you can use is where you can throw in your CV and ask it to format it exactly according to whatever it is, the kind of job that you're looking for, and then you can refine it 8, 9, 10 times, and it will make it better and better and better. And then you tell it to make it ATS friendly, it will make it ATS friendly. You just made the skeleton, and it will put the flesh, the meat, the bone, everything. It will put the skin, and it will do the job for you. And that is actually one of the best ways you can use AI. Okay, this is helpful. This is using AI that is creative and helpful, and it makes more sense. So yeah, I mean, and especially as I said, the new generation is all into AI, unlike us. For us, AI is again something that just started, but the new generation, they're literally living and growing up with it. So they should have no problem using AI, and they don't, right? When it comes to, again, options, options is, yes, one of the things you can guide them is by giving them options, that, oh, you know what, you can try this place, you can try these kind of professions, you can try these kind of companies, you can try these kind of sectors, you know and again, but again, now you can complain that they're not serious. Once you have told them that this is how they should make their CV, these are the different places they should apply, they should give you their CV so that you can also forward their CV to others. And if they now do not do their bit, that is where now you can complain that, oh yeah, you're not serious at all, because I'm literally spoon feeding the whole freaking information, and I'm doing half the work. I mean, you're supposed to do the research, but I'm actually even doing the research for you and telling you, go and try this place, go and try this place, go and try this place, and you're still not moving your ass. You're not even moving a freaking ass enough to make a CV. So yeah, okay, then I have every right to complain that you're not serious. You understand? And I understand that nowadays, especially, it can be very intimidating. Well, forget nowadays, even in my time, it was very intimidating to literally go up to a place and, ask for a job. It is still a very intimidating thing, despite the fact that nowadays in Pakistan, they like to say, oh, email us a CV, send it to us in email, we take it online. That's BS, okay? Because you don't even look at your CVs online, you trash them, okay? At the end of the day, in Pakistan, you still have to go and physically shove your CV up their faces in order to, apply. Seriously, you still have to go physically and give them a hard copy of your CV. And then they will tell you that, oh, you should apply online. Forget that, because at the end of the day, they are going to look at that CV that you physically came and gave. So you have to have a specific friendly disposition when you go there. You have to be in your best behavior, as in your best professional mode, when you go there. The only way that somebody can accept the fact that they will say, oh, okay, send us your CV, is, again, as I said, if somebody is literally referring you to somebody and they're saying, okay, send us their CV through WhatsApp or via email or whatever. So yeah, please don't do this to people who are looking for jobs. Don't do this. Don't give them guidance. Don't waste their time. That's not what they're looking for, okay? They're looking for a job. If you can help them get a job, well and good. If the least you can do is to take their CV and share it with others, okay, so that anybody there can be anybody who could say, oh yeah, I need that person, okay? That's the least you can do. Don't sit and give them an unnecessary, unfruitful lecture on what they need to do or shouldn't do, or whatever it is that you give in the name of guidance. They don't need guidance. They need a job, okay? If you can help them, well and good. If you can't, just keep quiet. That's all I have to say. That's my guidance to everybody out there, okay? This is me signing out. Khuda Hafiz.